All right, Shalom. First and foremost, giving all praise, glory, and honor that's due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wadash, the honor, said he hold us an apostle of millstone, well, peace and blessings to the 144,000 and the hopeful elect, Shalom, Barakathum. And I want to speak about a quick lesson on the economy. All right, as this is a precursor that we know of the collapse and the fall of this place. And my tablet died, so I don't have the article in front of me. And there's a video somebody did on it too, about how the majority of people are still having to live at home with their parents. Now, this is to further illustrate why you don't trust in Egypt, why you don't trust in uncertain riches. And because that's the demon that's got everybody all pennies in a bunch. You know, he's actually got you upset over something that's not real, which is this money. You know, the credits or dollars in your account do not represent wealth here, okay? That's an illusion. And when Satan shows his true horns, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Wealth is directly related to autonomy, your ability to go and do things. That's why people want to be rich. Why do they want to be rich? So they can have the freedom to do things. And freedom goes into autonomy. Now, it doesn't matter how much money you have in your account if you don't have autonomy, okay? This devil has got to be taken out of power. Stop trying to come up and be rich in this society on this side. You know, it's not going to happen for you. Now, it's okay to have a business and to do various things that, you know, and give you an increase, you know, but you have to get away from the mindset that, you know, there's any solution for us here, you know. I myself, you know, I get tired of working my job and want to go do my own thing, you know, and I do plan to do that, but when I make a plan to do that, it is not in the context of extending the stay 1 second longer than it needs to be. You know, that's the mindset you got to be in. But what America has done has convinced everybody that having a job is a good thing. You know, they got everybody clapping like seals, okay, over an increase in jobs when the economy is not really supposed to be set up to have a job. This is Proverbs chapter 11, verse 28. It says, "He that trusteth in riches shall fall, but the righteous shall flourish as a branch." Okay? So don't trust in riches, trust in the wisdom, trust in Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. We're already promised to flourish. So that means that we will, because the Most High is not a liar. Okay? Everything's already happened, so to speak. We haven't seen it. The Most High already has this thing mapped out. All right? It's already done. But it's a matter of faith. That's the difference. Okay? It says, verse 30, it says the fruit, Salakia, verse 29, the main point, or the second main point, this is a good precept. It says, "He that troubleth his own house shall inherit the wind." Now, all of these wounds that people are experiencing, they got to stay at home with their parents, they can't make ends meet, you know, this is all self-inflicted from your people, your so-called government. Okay? They have the ability to make housing affordable. They have the ability to make, you know, owning a car affordable. But every goddamn thing that you need as a necessity, you got to take out a loan for. Think about that. A house, a car, the major necessities that you need to sustain yourself and move around, he's taxing you for it, man. The prices of housing hasn't come down, even though it's easier than ever to build a house. Okay, there's more people, so that alone, people are resources. So just by you having more people, it should be easier to build a house now. You know? But what do you see? This lady on the video was trying to explain to her mother about why it's so hard for her, and she had to live with her parents to buy a house. And she said, I bought a house in 1995 for like $270. I'm like, well, those houses, that don't exist no more. Not a decent house. You're gonna get one of them shotgun houses in the hood somewhere for that price in 2024. Okay, and she said, we only made $70,000 combined. Now the young daughter, she made over 6 figures. She made, combined with her husband or boyfriend or whatever, they made 6 figures. And they said in 1995, her mother and father made $70,000, and they were able to buy, you know, a nice house. But when she did the math of the inflation, that $70,000 is worth $144,000 as a spiritual number, you know, in today's money. So 70K in 95 was roughly like making 140 for today. But her daughter only barely made 6 figures, and she's wondering why she's got to live with her and still staying. Because you're all getting farmed. I keep saying that, and I'm gonna keep saying it. Okay. America's a plantation. The American dream, they lied to you. Repent, come back to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Okay? Or don't. You know? The elect are going to hear this and make the adjustments. You know? Because we understand, you know, what's going on and what time it is. What was the precept I was going to get? Because it says that in Sirach, the 10th chapter, the Lord will set up somebody over the earth that will be profitable to it, man. In due time, he will set up one that is profitable. That's talking about our kingdom, because this guy is unprofitable, man. Okay. It speaks about the governors destroying. I have my apocrypha with me, but it speaks about the governors of the land basically ruling unwisely, man. All right, and there's consequences for running things suboptimally, inefficient. You know, going away from the law, statutes, and commandments. You know, this is James the 5th chapter, real quick. All right. Verse 4, behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud, crieth. What's fraud? You know, I've seen people take out, and I've been guilty of this myself, loans with egregious amounts of interest on the back end. If you were to pay the full life of that loan off, you'd be disgusted about how much money they're charging you. And I've seen a personal loan for 10 grand, and by the time you would have had to pay them back, they charge you like 11 or 12 grand on top of that. So that means you pay back over $20,000 for a $10,000 loan if you were to pay it over that term. Now imagine that amount of usury on money that they created out of thin air. They don't even have that money in their bank account, but they're charging you for it. You see? They're charging you for it. Egregious amounts of money. You know? So the laborers, that's fraudulent, man. To make loans that penalizing, when the fact that people need loans to begin with is because of how expensive everything is. You know? That's what's going on. All right? And it says, and the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord Sabaoth. All right? Ye have lived in pleasure on the earth and been wanton. Ye have nourished your hearts as in the day of slaughter. Ye have condemned and killed the just, and he doth not resist you, man. And we're the just. The Lord doesn't care about, you know, a bunch of rebellious, you know, Gen Zers or whatever you want to call them, a bunch of out of order, can't be told nothing, old 50-year Bible thumping Christians that refuse to come out of that nonsense, refuse to go into certain precepts, just deny the Lord, refuse to use the Lord's correct name. Okay, the Lord does not look at you and go, yeah, I want to come back and rescue them. No, the Lord's coming to destroy you, man. If you're not of the elect, you're going to be destroyed. you know? And that message has to sink in and be crystal clear, because people think that they're entitled to just living a good life, never having any adversity, and then just, you know, and then the Lord still comes and rescues them. No, man. Even the Lord's most precious thing in the earth, the Israelites, are getting tried, okay? Because the Lord knows the material that we're made out of. He knows that heat and pressure isn't going to destroy the elect. It's going to purify us. I did the lesson about that yesterday. Okay? So this is what you have going on here. But it says the man that troubleth his own house will inherit the wind. What does that mean? Esau troubling his own house, man. So that means all of this economy, this American dream, it's all gonna collapse. It's all a house of cards, okay? Because he's doing this on purpose. He targets inflation, okay? And so you got to get out of this American dream spirit, okay? This is how he deceived everybody to come to America in the first place. All of these Edomites rushed over here to get some land. All right, you know, especially during the Homestead era, you know, they were rushing over here, man, just you know, teaming up to kill Gad and just take land that didn't belong to them under the guise of freedom and liberty. You know, you can vote and be a part of the process to blah, 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 you know, just standing back up the image of Rome again, you know. But this is Daniel chapter 7, okay, verse 20. It says, and the 10 horns that were in his head, and of the other which came up, before whom 3 fell. All right, this is speaking about the American ascension into power out of the British, Spanish, and the French that were here stateside, okay? And it says, even of that horn that had eyes, which is America, and a mouth that spake very great things, all right, whose look was more stout than his fellows. When you look the word look up, it goes into vision. And that's just what America had, the Declaration of Independence, this idea of American exceptionalism. They show you a picture of a cowboy, you know, going off into the distance and discovering lands and being a pioneer. That's that term pioneer is such a beloved word by Edomites, because it represents discovery. That's what the TV show Star Trek represented. Except they were doing it in space. They were going out there colonizing, basically, you know. And this amps up people to come here and do things. But what was America the entire time? A big ass plantation, a snare. Okay, now you so-called white people, you don't even have the Jim Crow laws to prop you up. So now if you're a white person, you're gonna be poor just like a Jake now, because they've decoupled the whole white-black thing now. So now you're spoiled. Okay, now you're at the bottom. Now you're mad. Now these white supremacists, which are still in high number, have to hide now. That's why you don't see a lot of them, because they're in hiding, because you felt, because there's no safety net for you anymore. You know, if you fall into poverty, your own people are gonna prey on you. You know, all of these policies affect everybody. You know, inflation. But now it's like we got to do something. You know. But y'all got sold a dream, okay? Especially you women, boy. They told you that was the worst thing. You already have most of what you need to live a good life. Most of you are just look good and in shape. You just find a man. He'll go out there and figure that shit out. But what did they tell you? They amped your head up. Go get $80,000 in student loan debt, okay? You don't really need to be serious about what you want to do. Just go get the degree. You ain't got to get a job in that field. You know, you can work at Starbucks or Bed Bath & Beyond, and you'll eventually pay it off in 40 years. Okay? And you're working and working and working, not having any kids. Now you're 35, you know? Or if you do have kids, it's by, you know, degenerates. Okay? And they're trying to sell you on this idea like you're so desirable between the ages of 35 and 50. You can still, no, you're not. They lied to you. You did it backwards. Okay, you're supposed to find a man, pop out some kids when you're young. Okay, and then if you want to do something like, I don't know, own a jewelry business or, you know, or something, when you have time, when you raised kids and you supported a husband, okay, then you got freedom to do that, man, through your man. That gives your man enough time to build up, you know, the home and assets and things too. You know, there were women that had things and businesses going on, you know, but it was in order. Okay, it was under their husband, and it was in the proper order and time. Okay, y'all showing up there all stressed out with anxiety, with 3 kids, student loan debt. They looking at you like that. Every little dime matters to them. They gonna, you know, they ready to crash out because you gonna pay for a date. Well, no, that's a scam. I'm not doing that. And now you're starting. Now you're hurt. Not to get on women too much, but now you're hurt because men have caught on to it. You know. But this is another consequence of believing in Satan, man. You know, the scriptures say that the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field, man. So he got y'all. Okay? He got y'all, man. You know, I was going to go to Isaiah 32, but, you know, I think the point has been made. You know, the fallacy of this place and getting caught up in the day-to-day and wanting to, you know, you got this idea of this mindset called the climber mentality. People constantly want to move up, want to be promoted. I run into them at work. You can just tell they just got a hard on for the next position, blah 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 blah. You know, but it's a rat race. They gave you a title with 5% more pay and 20% more work. Like, yeah, you got a raise, you got a nice title, but you working 20% more now, and you only got paid 5% more. So it's a trap. Okay. Okay, so you know, we all have those moments where we have that, but we got to stay. Scriptures say be sober, and that goes into more than just being, you know, not drinking all the damn time. That goes into having a sense of realism about you, being grounded, man. You know, being balanced. You know, so I'll end it there. Lord willing, this is edifying. Call halal Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai Hashem Rachahak Shalom. Kom Yasharal.